Hey YouTube, so this morning I was watching this video from this guy named Cotton Top 3. That's Cotton Top, one word, and the number 3. He's got a YouTube channel. He's a tree guy, kind of does a lot of solo work, I think, with machinery and stuff. But the reason I want to talk about him is, one, this video is going to be kind of boring because if I just drown you with chainsaw noises the whole time, it's too much. So I thought I would maybe abbreviate some of the work and tell you the story, because the guy inspired me. I watched 2 of his videos this morning, and they're all about this guy who was on the run and ended up stuck on his property. And then Cotton Top, old Tim O'Brien, he had a situation where he had to get this guy off of his property and not get the guy riled up. The guy was pretty whacked. He gets him unstuck. He helps him out, kind of makes the guy feel, you know, comfortable, like he's no threat. And he gets the guy unstuck and gets the guy back on the road and just kind of like, see ya. Well, what's interesting about it is later it turns out that he was on the run and had beat an old man and killed him and stolen his guns. And it was just like amazing story, because Tim had intuition in the moment to know that this guy was he was gauging whether or not Tim would need to be next on his list, and Tim would have to like act accordingly, because I'm pretty sure it's right here by the fence. They probably like that shrub even, huh? There's irrigation here, so we may end up doing some rigging off of this fir tree. Tim would have to like act accordingly, because I'm pretty sure he's armed, you know. Anyway, Tim was able to navigate through the situation through his intuition and his common sense. Intuition mostly. Anyway, go watch the 2 videos from Cotton Top 3. They're quite interesting, and they reminded me of a story that I wanted to tell you. I'm waiting here. We're gonna pop a top here. Waiting on Jeff to pop a top. But while I wait, I'll tell you my story. I was 18 and I was staying with my friend. I was already away from home, and I was kind of on a rough road. You know, I was pursuing the party life, and it had been pretty much a non-stop party for a while, and my friend was gone. I was waiting for him to come back, and that day I felt quite uneasy all day. Like I was like, man, I don't feel like hitting the booze today. I just don't feel right. There was just something, it just didn't feel like, and this was a weird thing. Okay, this is not how I would normally do. It made no sense even that I would be that guy that would say no to the party if you knew me then. But I did for some reason. Then later, my buddy Charlie rolls in with this guy who had picked him up. Charlie was hitchhiking, and the guy had picked him up and brought him quite a ways out of the way home. And then Charlie was like, come on in, let's party. And then so they're drinking vodka straight out of the bottle, and the guy just seemed sketch to me. He seemed like a little too smooth on the talking and a little too braggadocious. And he was wearing a 357 on his hip. So YouTube, I changed gears a little bit. We're now rigging from that tree, but we don't want to beat this tree up, so I have a line going out through those trees to kind of just hold it off from crashing. 357 on his hip. And I was like, what is with this guy, man? He's just like, and he had 2 girls with him. They're like these little 14, 15-year-olds. I was like, man, where did these girls come from? And how did they come to be with this guy? Well, anyway, the night progresses. I stay totally away from the booze. And they get belligerent and they start arguing with each other. And they go outside. and they start scuffling, like grabbing each other by the shirt fronts and yanking each other back and forth. And then it's like the guy, he didn't know he even had the gun, like he wasn't used to wearing it or something, right? And I saw the light go on when he realized he had a gun, and he just like something changed in his face, and he reached down for that .357, and then right as he did, I'm like, he's gonna shoot him. And so I ran up and I shoved my arm between the two of them, so like in front of my friend's neck, in front of both their necks really, and I just jerked my friend down to the side like this. At the same time, the guy was pulling the .357 up and shoved it right into his ribs. Right as he was pulling the trigger, I pulled him back this way, okay? And so the bullet went through him on the side, on his, actually this side, on his left side, and the gun got knocked down by his arm going by, and by probably the bucking of the gun and the whole scuffle, but it was thrown free. And then I jumped on the gun, and the guy jumped on me, and we like literally had this old Western movie villain roll around on the ground fighting for the gun, but there was no way he was gonna win. I was sober, and I was just like tuned in. It's hard to like that kind of jarring. It's like excavator, how the excavator jars you. Yeah. It was a really good run though. Long story short, I got the gun, and I made the guy leave, and he jumped in his white Chevy Blazer with the two girls, and they took off. And then much later, actually in court, we found out that he had escaped jail and stolen the Blazer and stolen the gun out of a truck in a parking lot, and picked up these two runaways and was traveling with them. He was probably 50-60 miles away from where he escaped from, and shot my buddy. But because the whole point of all of this, and the Cotton Top 3 story, which kind of inspired my memory of this, is that because of my sobriety that day, or because of the download from God, the divine intervention that made me go from having a normal day to having an uneasy day of not wanting to get drunk and sort of have limited faculties. There's no way I could have known why. I just had a feeling. Sure enough, later it was really important that I was sober, and it kind of reminded me of the Cotton Top 3 story, because he was able to navigate through that difficult situation by his own sobriety and his own pattern of principled living. It gives you intuition, and I didn't have a real good pattern of principled living at the time, but I had enough to get me through that situation. So yeah, that's the story. Wanted to tell you that story and encourage anyone to, you know, be in your right mind, and hopefully you don't have to deal with stuff like that. But it helped me. I was able to save my buddy's life, and I was able to save myself from shooting a guy, because I could have gunned him down, and if I was drinking I would have, or maybe I wouldn't even have won the battle for the gun, who knows. But in the moment, intuition knew I didn't want to kill a dude, even though he deserved it. And I've thought since then that maybe I should have. Who knows what trouble he caused later, but I didn't need to. Got through that, and the authorities, the people who get paid to look for trouble, the police, the ones that deal with all kinds of stuff all the time, the ones who are probably better suited for it, they dealt with it later. Hey Jeff, you want to pop a top? Thanks for listening, YouTube, to my long story.
And make sure that they
I hope it helps somebody, or at least entertains you.
Make sure that they know that you wouldn't be afraid of the right here. You think up here it's too small?
No, but yeah, I do.
I know. I'm like,
Damien's wanted me to tell you guys that you should know that I wouldn't be a famous YouTuber if I had killed that guy.
yeah.
This was way before the internet, okay? What?
You want it up here instead of here, right? You want it. What height do you think you're gonna start rigging?
I don't care, dude.
I kind of like it right here.
Put it where you want it.
Kind of like it right here.
In case you're wondering, YouTube, Damien is setting rings up there, retrievable rings, so that later we can rig wood off of this because of that plumbing down there. Anyway, let's pop a top. Jeff, you're a stud. He ran it nice. So I think I'll go down and pop a log next. Pop a log, my rapper name.
I work hard each and every day. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la. 6 a.m. and I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb. And yeah, true passion shines and I'm through passing time. I work hard each and every day. I don't push pause, no, I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I build tall, never capped in space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, la, 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 la.
Does it go any faster? It was like this, dog. The whole neighborhood is viewing our professional work practice right now. It's rainy. I should have stayed home. Yeah, I should just pick you up and you call the guys and say, I have bids. I got Joe calling me. I gotta get back to him. Okay. Hey, what's up? Alright, see ya.